Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we're having coffee in my beautiful mountain mug. It seemed very fall like and appropriate, and we cooled down quite a bit over the last 3 days. And so, um, what is still on many people's mind is this great tumultuousness. However, I gotta say, I'm I'm pretty happy with how we have taken this as a country as a whole. There are some, from what I understand, I really stayed away from the news because it's very triggering, as the powers that were want it to be. But I did ask someone I know who watches it regularly, we have any big disruptions? And he said no. It's like, I think as a country, we are better than we were 4 years ago. And so now what do? We've got this thing. Some of us were wildly glad. Some of us were horribly sad. Both ends of the spectrum, because we are both ends of the spectrum, but we are part of the spectrum. And now it's within our purview how we move forward and how we create what we would rather see for our country and for our world. But right now I'm focusing on the US because we are at many choice points right now. And so we can, massage our hurt, massage the unfairness, massage the injustice that we feel has happened, and the wounds. And it's like, putting salt in the wounds, all of that. We can do that. We can as a whole, work on propagating less less gloating, less very not grown up, immature reactions to winning. Because regardless of what you believe, energetically, we are connected to all of them. So if all you are able to think about is yourself, in this process, remember that what you put out comes back. Finger pointing, three fingers are pointing back at you. Let's choose from this point on to put out more of what we want to see in the world. I'm not saying don't indulge in these feelings, the grief, the sadness. Care for yourself within the feelings that you have going on. That's very important. But if you grow the dissent, grow the whatever you perceive, the fear, the division, then truly you're not doing what you want to see in the world either. We want to come together in unity. And is it all going to happen at once? No, but it does happen from me to you and from you to someone else. That's how we affect what happens moving forward. And so the cards today are from The Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed and Love Who You Are by Angie Sullins and Silas Tobal. So I haven't looked at the cards. This is a blind reading, and neither one of these decks do I use very often. So I may need to look at the guidebook. However, I have asked for the guidance today that is going to help begin the healing within each of us that we need to do on many levels, not just on this past, what has just happened level. There is always healing we are being prompted to do, which is one of the reasons we came. And so let's see what the wisdom of the oracle says. Milk and honey. Yay. This is obviously, sorry, I just had a thing pop up, a very lovely, abundant, luxurious type of card. Milk and honey. A milk and honey bath is, really good for the body. Milk and honey together are a very good combination for nutrition. Pure milk and honey. And we've always talked about a land of better, the land of milk and honey. Are we willing to create that within ourselves, to share that out? Personally, I'm a very grounded person, and I, through the years have been conditioned not to daydream. As a good number of us were, it started as a kid. Stop your daydreaming, stop looking out the window. And there's a point at which, there was these dreams I had as a young person, and, I let them go because it was easier to live in the life that I had created, but didn't know I was creating. Not that this has been a bad life, because it hasn't been. Is it the life I had dreamed of on many levels? Nope, it's not. And so I gave up on thinking about that because it made me unsettled in a place that I needed to stay, in order to do what I had contracted to do with my family. And so we, I was saying, I've said to God, I just help me daydream what this world could look like. And yesterday, my husband said, Trump has appointed Elon Musk as efficiency expert or czar or whatever. And I mean, Elon Musk has got a brain like no others. Whether you love what he did just now or not, he has that innovative. And I got to tell you, one of the things that really made me like Elon was the fact that he does not patent what he invents, because he wants somebody else to take it and run with it and make it better. To me, that was the kind of person that I would want, in a place of power with his money, and what he's been doing. And I got this glimpse, and it was like I literally went, it was like when RFK gave his concession speech and he called out all of the powers that were big pharma, all the food manipulation stuff, our children's health. He called them all out. He didn't mince words. And that was one way I went, because I was going, okay, how is the world even going to know what is true and what isn't true? Because we're being manipulated, and now AI is manipulating even more. And so I truly believe if you tune into whatever you're watching with your gut, you will be given hints as to what is AI created. And then you want to, take it from there. But I realized he had nothing to lose at that point. And I thought that is how we are going to know people's truth, what is being said, by those that have nothing to lose. So I had this vision when Jeff said efficiency, and it was like, and he probably mentioned government waste, and all of a sudden it was this, oh my gosh, because, when he went into Twitter, X, he fired bunches of people because he went, they're not doing anything. We don't need them here. We have so much waste in the government, so much inefficiency, that it was like, oh, that was like that little just ray of sunshine. We do need to get more efficient in our governmental bodies. What that looks like, I don't know. It'll probably be tumultuous. And you can feel free, please, to disagree with me respectfully, and come with what you believe to be true about this. To me, it was just a ray of hope that, oh, that is one way our government can get better. If we have someone going, this is redundant. This is, we have 6 people doing this, which does not need to happen anymore. We can do it with 4 or 2 or whatever. And then the spending in the government. So that is that milk and honey. It's like, we can choose to work to create what we desire. And I desire a more efficient government, regardless of how it gets here. Let's look at what we really desire. The next one that came up was always settle for more. Let's look at these cards. And, I haven't. These are not hard to interpret. Keep asking the universe for more of what you are desiring to see in our world. The truth is, we talk about, if you're looking for a life partner, or be those things that you want in a life partner. And that's like, always settle for more. Always keep asking for this or something better. Visualize, feel what it is you want in this world. for the, our world to be like. And then when you're done, put it up to your higher power, this or something better. And you keep visualizing while you work your energy. You're going to have to work your energy now, especially those who are in a very difficult grief place. Those of you who are in the winning place, the gloating, you need to work your energy, because that is not high vibe energy. That is angst energy and irritation and anger and hatred energy. It is not loving, peaceful energy. So you're going to have to raise that energy too. Gratitude first thing, pure love and joy practice for 2 minutes, daily energy routine. Get your energy in order, and then start going in your head about what you would love this world to be. You will likely come across a way you're going to be part of who gets to shape that, in however you can do that. What it looks like, it's not my business. I give it up. I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready. Guide me. You show me what can be. The yin card came up in reverse. This is a time of action. This is a time for you to step in and do something. And again, this is very micro. You do you, because then what you put out is going to be more of what you want. If the way you're feeling right now is icky, pretty sure you don't want that in the world. And gloating is icky. It isn't loving, peaceful, accepting energy. It's awful. And it doesn't feel good to you, because it's coming from a place of pain, and it doesn't feel good to those that's being sent out to. So if you have been doing that, stop. If you've been doing it inside, ask that to be released and do the energy work. Bring your vibration up. It is not an empowering energy. It is, again, an immature energy born of a pain point in your life. The next card that came up is trust your wings. Again, this is you about you. Trust who you are. Trust what you came in to give. Trust that you do have stuff to offer. And again, this is very micro. This is all about you. And put out into the world what you desire for your government to look like. What would that really look like? And you're going to, agree with some of what happens, and you're going to disagree with some of what happens. It's okay, because we are complex creatures. We are not simple one trick ponies. We have lots of life experience. We have past life experience. We have ancestral energies we brought in to heal this time. That's why doing you is the thing that's going to be the most powerful thing you can do to make change in this world. Trust your wings. Trust what you get to bring to the world. All of those who have lost and feel very dejected and fearful right now, you have a great deal to bring to the world. And you had a dream that you thought was going to happen, and you thought it was very right. The other side thought they were very right. And there are lovely, wonderful people in all of this. That's what we want to keep in mind. We don't want them to put us against one another again. We want to come together, and we want to grow up. We want to be mature and work continuously to see the side of the other, because when you get into conversation, new ideas are born. New possibilities happen when we come together. And sometimes we're still not going to agree on things. We want to still hold respect and peace with that party that we may be disagreeing with. The next card is building blocks. This is a very forward read. We are being given building blocks. What I just talked about are the building blocks to creating this world that you desired, that you thought maybe you had lost when the election went differently than what you wanted. We didn't lose anything unless we choose to let it go. But we do have to take care of us right now. Eat well. Eat some love. Sometimes we have, and again, whatever emotion and intent we put on the food we're eating is what it's going to produce inside of us. So eat basic, make your treats by hand. Those are two healthy ways to move forward. Even if those treats are sweet treats or what you have been conditioned to believe are not good for you, make them okay for you. Because for right now, you want that solace, that little bit of dopamine rush. You do want to care for yourself in whatever way that's true for you. And keep holding that those things you are creating with your hands with love for yourself are going to be that in your body. That is the power of your intention. The last card that came up was float like you mean it. That means do more allowing in the process. Don't be assuming that everything now is falling apart and it's going to be bad. It's, when I listened to that thing about Elon Musk, it also brought me to the fact that the breakdown doesn't have to be horrendous. We, the holders of light, can work to create less pain in the breaking down and the building up by our intention, by what we're putting out in the world. If we keep putting out fear and angst and disharmony, we are fueling that way because the breakdown is going to happen. It has to happen. Another thing that just came through, whether you like it or not, was that this man, Trump, and RFK and Elon Musk, they are not like any group. JD Vance, I don't know about him yet. He seems pretty kind of like the old guard. We will see how he goes with that. The other three are just disruptors, and we have never seen a combination like this in our government that is so, that I'm aware of. I had someone who obviously was lashing out yesterday. I said this, or day before, this is the most contested election we have ever had. Well, read your history. It is not. Okay. It may not be. It's definitely, it was the most contested I had ever seen. And these three that he's got in there right now, they're not normal in this whole political setting. They are not a normal team. They're all disruptors. I don't know what their life path numbers are, but I know Trump is a disruptor. Elon Musk must be a disruptor because he's been disrupting business for a very long time in how he does things. And so, there are changes that are going to happen. We can help in how those changes come about. We can help make them tumultuous, ugly, fearful, painful, and we can help make them more peaceful in the energy we are putting out into the world because we are connected to all of it. We do have a say, and we can do it within ourselves. That is you living in your power, living in empowerment, because we all have divine empowerment, and divine power never wants to lord it over anyone else. That's how you know whether it's divine or not. When you are in your divine power, you truly want the best for that person that is very different stance than you. The other night, I trick-or-treated in a neighborhood that I'd not been in before, in an area that is very different politically to where I stand. And I mean, I know there are lovely people in both sides. Sometimes I'm very human in that, and I feel differently about them than I would like to. I'm human. And as I walked around the neighborhood, what was shown to me and I was reminded of is how many wonderful people are in with all of these groups. People were outside wanting to connect, wanting to talk, wanting to commune with one another. Lovely people with lovely energy. And it's like, yeah, and they believed how we need to move forward was going to happen very differently than I believed how that was going to happen. It's okay. And I have friends who believe very differently than I do. That's okay. We can move forward together in peace. And it is the we that choose to move forward with our hands together that are going to create this world where way more joy, peace, abundance, love, and ease are going to be lived, and way less hatred, division, and single-mindedness is going to be created. So We are the creators. I was thinking about the word single-mindedness, while really the whole theme of this is selfishness, all about you. Do your work now. Do it on a daily basis. If you're not feeling lighter every morning, spend 2 minutes shedding pure love and joy after you get to that place of peace within you, that place of love where your heart is swelling. Think of holding your lovely animal, your child, your spouse, loving, if you're a nature lover, how you feel out in nature, sitting next to a river with the trees that feed you, all of that. Get to that heart swelling place. Think about those things. Dwell on those for 10 or 15 seconds, and then shed pure love and joy anywhere you want. This again is about how you raise your vibration. And then gratitude. What are you grateful for? And then daily energy routine, clear out, balance, and align. Yes, I will make a video with just that little routine in it. And when I do, if you want to share it with people, that would be lovely. It will go up in YouTube. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. And we had coffee and we got a lovely empowered message today on how we can be what we want to create in the world. And it is all about us. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again. Oh gosh, I didn't have chat on, which is probably better. I'll have to read these later. Thank you so much for joining me.